button. Okay. Hello everyone. So sorry if you got confused because of the calendar. Time did change in Morocco, so yeah, it did change the time for the meeting also. Sorry about that. And yeah, let's start our meeting. So I guess Okiki won't be able to join us. I'm not sure. Khadija, did you talk with him beforehand or something?
No, he didn't say anything. No.
Okay. So for the demos, I guess we will start with Jamila and IG, so we can give some time to Henry until he join us if he can. Okay. So one of you, Jamila or IG, they can share your screen and show us what did you work on this week.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. So
Can you hear me?
yes, I
Yeah.
can. I can
Ah.
first on me. I should first.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't have my laptop with me. So if you could share the production website, and then I'll explain the features.
Okay. Oh, jeez, I don't know. I'm gonna do. Okay, it's coming up.
I merged the pull request, so it should be on the production.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to get my system up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like booting.
Hi everyone.
Hi Henry.
Yeah, sorry I'm a bit
Hi.
late. I actually saw 6 o'clock at the meeting time, and I felt maybe it was
Yeah.
moved to 6.
Yeah, sorry about
That
that.
was
It's
why.
just like time did change in Morocco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just for context, Henry, IG will share her screen so we can see what they did this week. So they are demoing already. IG, if you are having trouble sharing your screen, I can do so. I can share the screen instead. If you are talking, IG, we can hear you because you are muted. I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe she lost internet or something. So I'm going just to share my screen, and so Jamila can show us what's the
Yeah,
future
that's
in production.
no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. All right.
Yeah. So if you could navigate to the manage list page, please.
Here it is.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So the new functionality is big. Wait 1 moment, please.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry about that. So
No
anyway, the
problem.
new functionality is basic error handling. It would allow the input to be checked for certain errors, and then a corresponding error to be shown as a notification. So if you were to, let's try the first error. If you try to enter just a space
Okay.
and then submit item,
Yeah.
you should see a notification saying empty item cannot be added, something like that.
Okay, so probably because I did not choose a list. So let's see, for example, this list, and we have
Okay.
things here and empty space.
So yeah, that's the first one. That's the first error.
Sorry, it
And
did
then-
not work. I guess
Huh?
it did not work. It showed me that the item is saved, so probably it's a cache issue. Give me a second just to clear cache and see again.
Okay.
Can you still see my screen, or should I?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So let's try now. Empty space, submit item. Okay, item cannot be empty. Okay, great.
Yeah. Right. So that's the first error. If you try to submit an item that's already in your list, so if you go back to list, put in
Okay.
fish, for example.
All right. So fish, submit
Then you will get
item.
an error that it already exists. Okay.
All right.
And then it will also check for different variations of that same item. So if there's spaces in between, for example, or if there's a random capital letter. So if you could try fish with different variation.
So this is fish with capital H. Won't allow us with punctuation. It won't allow us to save the item.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. Thank you.
And with a space.
With
Fish with a space in between.
screen,
Oh.
it did add it.
Oh, okay.
It
I
did
thought
add it.
we have to do something about that then.
All right, no problem. Can work on that. Okay, okay. Here it is. But that's because of I already added
Yeah.
this one.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the future, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm not sure if IG is here or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to walk you guys through the code. Stop sharing. Okay. Let's see. Let me share my entire screen. Okay, can you see it right now? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right. Okay. So, as she said, guess what to show the error. So, what allowed the user, if there's an empty item, or if they try to submit an empty item. So, to do that, this was the written code. So we had to do if statements that checks if the item is on the list of the array. So when we check for it, it returns an error to us if it is true. So when we test it through this condition, item cannot be empty. And to remove the leading spaces, the white space and tray at beginning and at the end, we use the trim method. Then the second acceptance criteria, which says that we should make sure that it shows an error message if the user tries to submit the item twice. So we actually use the existing item. This contains the fetch data, the already fetch data. So it was defined at the, if you can see, it was defined at this Firebase, the shopping list which is being used was defined here. This was actually the code, and at the AppJS, it was kind of defined here, and which we passed the data as a prop to the manage list component. So this actually helps us to get all the data that's been previously stored in the database. Then we checked it using some conditions. For consistency purpose, we use the to lowercase, then the replace method, which checks the condition of what the user has kept. Now, this has a parameter, which is a regular expression. So it checks the pattern of the user's inputs. And this is actually to get rid of any punctuation marks, which is being inputted by the user. And it then it says that we should also show error if to normalize it. So to normalize it, I use the trim method, the lowercase, to convert it to a lowercase format. So whatever format, whether uppercase or it has a space in between, it takes care of it. Then actually, if the item exists in the database, if it is true, after all these conditions have been met and is true, it returns an error message which says that item already exists in the list. Then if it's false, it will be added to the database. Then we also have the last criteria says that the original name of what the user has kept must be stored first. So to do that, I actually defined a variable at the Firebase, which takes in a prop called it takes in a prop which is original this is the original item name of the database of the array. So it will be defined. Then I actually pass this to the manage list components. I pass it to this place. So it will be defined in this place. So first of all, whatever the user has kept will be stored first in the data. Then it will be converted to the format we want, to a lowercase. Anything that's being stored in database is being stored in lowercase. So there's something I would like, I don't know, where's my Firebase function? Okay, at the Firebase, can I still see my screen?
Yes, we can, IG.
Okay, the original name of the user input is mixed up. There's a uppercase, there's a lowercase. So it's being stored in the database, then the converted to lowercase. So for consistency purpose, it's being converted to lowercase. Yeah, so that is basically what we did last week. We actually tried to show an error if there's an empty item. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Jamila and IG. The future works great. Does anyone have any question? All right, if there are no questions, I have like just a small note about the last acceptance criteria. I guess it was
Okay.
misunderstood. I'm sorry, I should like I should like said this before the merge, but we were a bit short in time, so I couldn't get back to you about your questions in the PR. Anyway, so what was meant by the original item should be saved to the database? What was meant by that is if I have, for example, candy with capital C, for example,
Okay.
and the user try to enter for another candy with a punctuation or with a lowercase c, then the original one with the capital letter, so the original name that was already added, it shouldn't change. That's the point of the last criteria. So you do not need to add any other field to the database. Just if an item was already added, you do not need to change it. So it stays with whatever the user put at first. Not sure if that's clear or not.
I think, yeah,
It's
I
confusing.
understand. Yes. It's confusing, but the sun kind of,
Yeah, so
yeah.
just whatever
Thank you.
the user enters at first, it should stay like that in the
Should
database.
remain at the, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's
That's what they
okay.
meant by the last by the original name acceptance criteria. Okay, thank you, thank you. Overall, it was great work this week.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
So we will move now to Henry and Khadija, who is going first.
Okay, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So I'm walking everybody through the code, and Khadija will explain the feature. I think there's no UI implication of our code, so it's more of a Firebase thing. So she's gonna walk you guys through that. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
All right. So we had four issues to tackle for the week. So the first thing we did was actually get tackle these buttons over here, because they will be used to tackle the ones up here. So we went into our utils file and into the dates file, and then created the get future date. Right. So this, okay, I think is that it? Get days between dates. So what this function does is you just get number of days between two dates. So you have a date here, have another one, and then it just simply returns the number of dates in between the two dates. So basically we're asked to calculate the dateness purchase property for the user. So when the user unchecks the item, so we want our app to predict when next the user is going to purchase an item. So for that we're supposed to use calculate estimate function, which is an npm package that we're supposed to have installed. We're not aware of it, so we actually did that last minute. So we installed that using npm, and then imported the function into Tapala. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so into the top of our file over here. So, and we made changes to the updates item function here. So for us to have done that, we have to have to get the particular item data. So we actually have that already fetched already for us from the app.jxs file, which is this data here, and which was passed as a prop to the list component or list view. So we actually had to just capture that and then pass that data as a prop to the list, to the item data, which is right here, so which is the list item. So and also past that, also there's a lot of prop drilling. So also had to pass that here, so could have access to that particular item data. So to access to properties like the number of purchase, the date last purchased, and other properties that we needed to work with. So here at this point, so these variables right here was just captured at the variables that I wanted to work with. So which was the time the list was the item was created, the next purchase, and also the time last purchase. So we did a conditional here so as to catch in case it is null, so that it doesn't break the app. So the calculate estimate function actually takes in 3 arguments. So we have a previous estimate, and then we have a days since last purchase, and then we have a number of purchase. So number of purchase is what we got over here. So just simply did the item dot total purchase to get that. So for the previous purchase, so it was just simply trying to get the days between the last purchase and the days and then also the next purchase. No, now we may not have had the dates last purchased, so we had to do a ternary operator to check if we had a date last purchased. So if we don't have that, we can use the time created to stand in for that so as to get the value. So a similar approach was also used for the days since last purchase also. So we used time created and to get the days between the time created and the current time. So we then passed the values into to calculate estimate, which returned the number of days which user would be most likely to make a purchase, and then passed that into the get future date, which basically takes in a value and then uses that number of days to calculate the next time the user might make a purchase. So the function is right here. So as you can see, so it takes in the current date and then offset it by the number of days, and then makes the date calculation and then returns us a new date object. So this was now used to update that particular item document. Okay, let's not forget that we also got document ref also, which is one of the arguments that we need to pass into the update doc so as to update a particular document in the database. So then we just simply updated the values. We incremented the number of purchase, and also date last purchase is just the new date, which is the current date, and then the date next purchase is just simply getting the future dates and offsetting it by the number of by the value returned from the calculate estimate. So that was basically what we did for the week. Trying to predict when the user might likely make a purchase in the future. So Khadija is going to walk you through the Firebase functionality and yeah.
Thanks. Thank you, Henry. Sorry. I can share my screen. Oh, I think I can't share my screen yet. Okay, now I can. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we can try to test this functionality by manipulating the data. So let's say we have a date created of 1st of March. And for example, let's say it was date last purchase was 7 days after the person created the item itself. And let me just also put this at 7 for now. Or actually, can I also delete it completely? I'm not sure. It's required. Never mind. This is the one. Oh, it's also required. My bad.
And
well, yeah.
I guess you can I guess you have the delete the trash bin icon beside the date next purchase. Maybe you can use that.
Okay, let's. Okay,
Okay, it's gone.
this works. Okay, so yeah, what this would mean is that when I press the item, it should do the calculate estimate, which I have over here. It has a lot of, yeah, calculations, but I think it just basically gives us the average amount of days that the user would be able to, would need the item again. Essentially, that's what this calculate estimate does. So let's see what we will have when a person created an item on the 1st of March and then they purchase it on the 7th of March. We should be getting the average, which is, let's say, about another 7 days. Maybe, yeah, I think. So let's see. Oh,
Maybe Khadija, maybe you may need to clear, maybe just close the tab for Smart Shopping List and open it again. Maybe it's a cache issue. Maybe the future isn't in production yet.
let's see. Do I have to do it
Okay.
again then?
Yeah, can you sorry, can you try entering this test item? So if you have so just go to manual list and try to enter empty. So if you have the future of the other pair, that means you have the latest changes, just to make sure that you have the latest changes. So maybe
Okay.
just try to enter empty. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so now you have the latest changes. So go ahead and check again the item. Let's see.
Okay.
Nope.
There, but let me try to just create a new item.
Okay,
That
go ahead. Yeah,
Uh,
probably we shouldn't delete that field.
yeah, could be.
And it should.
Okay. We can, yes, so you can see date created is March 10th, and of course the date next purchase is 17th because I think I put it as soon. And soon basically means, yeah, 7 days in the future. So then, yeah, if we, but the total purchases, let me also manipulate this because it needs to be more than 2. So let's say we've already bought the item 3 times. And let's say that I wanted to do the original version again. So 1st of March, and then let's say this one would be also soon. So then 7 days in the future, that would be 7th of March. Let's see what happens when we purchase it again. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, so you can see, yeah, basically calculates to 7 days in the future again, which I guess it takes the average based on the calculation. So yeah, you can see that the date last purchase becomes today, 10th of March, and then the date next purchase is 7 days in the future. So yeah, the calculate estimate function created this calculation of 7 days in the future. So yeah, basically that's it.
Thank you so much, Henry and Khadija. It's tough to actually like demo this future in production. We don't have much ways to do so. Yeah, but the idea is clear. Thank you so much, and yeah. Okay, does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, only one comment is like, I haven't seen the usage of gate UTC date. Do you remember that what we commented last week about dates being picky, so the functions are still using the local time, so that can, if the people that purchase and the people that do the calculation are in different time zones, maybe are going to be weird results because dates are going to change. So yeah, maybe in the issue 14 we can work a little bit on that, on making that full bulletproof for dates.
All right, all right.
All right, thank you, David. Maybe if you could like later on share with them like an article or anything that would help.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Okay, so great work, everyone, this week. Everything is working. And let's move to the learning modules. MG, the floor is yours.
Yeah, it's me. So did you guys watch them? I think it's the LinkedIn one and the money and the finance stuff. So did you have the time to watch it? Do you have anything you want to share or any questions? I guess the LinkedIn is more juicy. So I don't know. I mean, I guess you guys have LinkedIns already and all this stuff, but I don't know if you have any question. And also we have the HR specialist here. So just to take advantage.
Khadija, do you have any kind of guidance from your employer on what things you should consider red flag, or I don't know, some kind of guidance, or if it's experience, intuition, or is there something written down for you to check?
Yeah, for sure. It comes with experience. Yeah, like obviously the more like concise and clear you can make your LinkedIn profile, the better, I would say. It's definitely, yeah, like as a recruiter, I don't really read the whole thing, to be honest with you. And also with your resumes as well. But yeah, I also notice like when it comes to more junior developers, usually they really put every single thing that they did on their resume or on their LinkedIn profile. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that because yeah, I guess it kind of shows your seniority level, to be honest, when you do that also. Um, yeah, and again, us recruiters, we don't really read everything. But I think when I was watching the videos, it was really cool that, yeah, the tip of putting like the tech stack on your like subject head on the LinkedIn side. Yeah, that's a good tip for sure. Like putting the tech stack there. So it's more clear also for us recruiters that you want a job in like, using React or using Next or something like that. So yeah, I did that now. I didn't do it before for my LinkedIn profile, but after the video, I did it. And yeah, that's a good one, actually. I didn't notice it before. Yeah.
Yeah, I think easy to figure out what you are about is good. Like in one, just not reading whatever, being able to say, okay, this is kind of the way this person goes. Because I mean, if you're in HR, you look a lot a ton of things, and you have to select whatever. So yeah, I don't think my LinkedIn is not really beautiful. I have to say that I am super lazy for this stuff. But it has been useful to finding jobs. So one thing and the other, even if you are lazy, you can do it. So anyone else has anything they want to comment or any doubt? Or are you guys going to recommend each other? Which you should.
Yeah, IJ.
Yeah, sure. I
I
actually like, yeah, go ahead, Khadija, sorry.
I was just gonna say like IJ asked me to recommend her, but I haven't gone around to do that, so I'm sorry, but I will do that soon. Sorry, IJ.
Yeah, probably like
problem.
probably collabs and mentors will like do that like at the end of the cohort. Like you can just share your LinkedIn with the mentors and also with the other collabs. and recommend each other. Yeah. I also had a question, but I can't remember what. Sorry. Yeah, what's more important, like in LinkedIn profile? Is it your like the description you put in your day-to-day jobs, like the experience part, or actually like the what is it called, like the bio?
I think, I mean, both of them are really important, obviously. But yeah, for sure, like on the job section, I at least for me, I like to read more about the project itself. Like, because it really shows also the business acumen behind, like, because that's also another important trait as a developer. Like you cannot just understand like the tech stack or the technical part, but you also have to understand like what is the business value that you're presenting. So then of course, like on the job section, I would love to see a little description on, like, let's say if you're creating like a booking system, like, oh yeah, I created this booking system because this will help the company do this. So more on like the business aspect of it all, because obviously as a recruiter myself, the technical part is not very, like, we don't really understand the technical part, right, as a recruiter. So it's more important to talk about like to show your business acumen in that sense. And of course, the bio is also really important. Usually I recommend like the consultants that I hire to put their tech stack as well over there. The technologies, the frameworks, the CI/CD tools, like, everything basically, you should put it on your bio section, just like as a list, which is also in the video that we watched. Yeah, those are also really good because we search profiles using like keywords, like Boolean searches. So for example, if I'm looking for a full stack JavaScript developer, then I would put like, okay, this person needs to have React, this person needs to have JavaScript, this person needs to have I don't know, Node.js, all that stuff. Like I put it on the Boolean search. So then it's also important to have it on your LinkedIn profile. So then it actually shows up, like your profile actually shows up on my recruiter platform. Yeah.
Thanks, Khadija. Thanks for all the
Yeah,
tips.
that's interesting, having like keywords like SEO, like the Google search thing, but for your own LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So you show up in the first, but without lying. So
Right. And I mean, also, since maybe one other thing, I also love to see like more personality as well on the bio.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, put something like, oh, my hobby is, I don't know, doing blah, 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 something, and then I'm like, oh, wow, this is really interesting. Because again,
it's a
like,
person.
I read a lot of profiles, and I think the ones that I remember the most, the ones that are most memorable are the ones that actually put their personality in the bio. So, yeah.
I was going to say exactly that you need to put something of yourself, because if not, it's all professional, all people looking the same. So
Exactly.
you put yourself there a little bit.
And you can do it in many ways as well, from like the banner on LinkedIn or like your picture. I mean, of course, the video said to put a professional picture, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think more and more companies now, I mean, it also depends on the company that you're applying for, or the companies that you want to attract, obviously. If you want a more like chill, horizontal, like hierarchy type of company, then put more of your personality on your LinkedIn profile. But of course, if you're looking for like a more corporate company, then you have to think about these things, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. IJ, you have the hand raised.
Sorry, I thought that probably putting your hobbies and all these things are not needed in LinkedIn. So I feel that we shouldn't put our hobbies, what your personality, don't need to put that. It's professional. So
I
I
disagree.
don't know.
Because at the end of the day, like we're all, I mean, the recruiters are ourselves, or we're also people, right? Like we like to see and again, like it really makes you pop pop out of like everybody else in the pipeline, you know. So if you do put your obviously, you know, make it still professional, like show your what your skills are, but I don't think that should stop you from showing your personality. I think you can be both professional and show your personality as well, in my opinion, at least. Yeah.
I think with job stuff, it also depends a lot on the country and where you are from and the culture of working. And if in your country there's more like corporate type of consultant IT companies, or it's more like you live in Barcelona and everything is startups, it will be different. Or so I guess it has like a cultural aspect, which I seeing both videos, it was like, okay, this is super US centric. So it depends on where you are from and where you want to go. How would you curate your online presence in general? So I think it's a thing that you have to consider. So maybe it depends on where you are. Jamila. Hand raised.
Yes, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I have a question for Khadija. What is your opinion on that green circle that you put on your profile picture? Because I've seen a lot of people saying that it kind of makes you look desperate or something, like I'm looking for work. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, I don't know, because I mean, the tech industry is really like tough, right? Because obviously the demand for software developers are high and the supply is very low. So I don't think recruiters really think about these things, to be honest. Like at the end of the day, we're all just looking for someone who can do the job, someone who's yeah, like I don't know. I feel like don't think about it too much, really. Like,
But
I don't.
I think that I use LinkedIn Recruiter, and for me, looking for people, it's only a checkbox. I want people that it's open for jobs. It's not.
Yeah.
It's really not. You are not. Also, you are not looking at the pictures when you have the list of your search. So it's more like for the social aspect of people. I agree. I as a recruiter as well. I don't look at that. It's more for the social feed that maybe for your network to know that you are looking for a job without asking. Maybe it's something like that. But maybe it also can signal despair also a little bit. But I think recruiters doesn't use it. It's more for your network.
Yeah, so someone who works with you remembers, and they know someone who looking for someone else. Yeah, what was I going to say about the open for work? Well,
yeah, we have also the we are hiding, that is the purple one. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, like that LinkedIn is for looking for jobs, so it makes sense to make it clear that you are if you're open for work or anything. I think there's also like people who actually like posting, not the ones who are posting, but the ones who are like don't want to seem desperate to post that they are looking for a job or something. But that's all what's LinkedIn about. It's about finding a job. It's not it's not
it's not hanging out with your friends.
Yeah, it's or anything. Yeah. So
yeah. The
but
sad
this
thing,
is just a personal opinion.
yeah, I think the sad thing is that it's easier to find a job when you already have a job, which doesn't make sense. But this is the thing that maybe some people think it looks desperate when you have the green thing, but it's just because it's easier. You are more attractive when you are taken. I don't know why.
Right. Yeah,
okay.
but
yeah, go.
Jamila, you shouldn't think about it too much. I think it's up to you really if you want to put it, and if you don't want to put it, like it doesn't really matter in my opinion.
Good. So more questions? It's your time to grill the expert.
Yeah. I have one final thing I wanted to say for so I just said like don't put your hobbies there or like in the bio, like about the hobbies thing. But I know a story that like someone his background is musician, so music things. And the only interview he got was because one of the hiring manager or something like one of the person who working at the company was also a musician. So you never know. It's maybe you like, for example, let's say you like anime or something like that, and someone else like anime and say, I will hire this person because they like anime.
Yeah, it's
Not
true.
really, but it's just like you making that connections because we are all because we are all humans, and recruiter, not recruiter, we are just all humans. And yeah, even if we don't want to take sides or anything, our brain may do that. Like just that's how we work. Yeah, I guess all
Yeah.
men do.
I've definitely, just speaking from personal experience, I've definitely interviewed people purely just because they put like something in their bio. That's it. And then I just wanted to talk to them. So yeah, that's already like getting your foot on the door in a way. Just because of that one thing that you put on your bio that speaks about your personality. So yeah.
Good. So we move on to the next thing. Are we good with this? It was
Yep,
a good chat,
because
I have to say.
it's we need to
Yeah.
stick to the time. So
Let's
let's
go.
go to,
Yeah.
to the issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Morocco Ramadan time today.
Okay, so let me share the screen. We're going to see next two issues are going to be the only here. The last two, no, not this one. Oops. It's this one. Okay. Okay, so this is 12. So this is the last two issues that are fully structured and assigned. So the issue for the issue number 14 is going to be more than you to write this user stories and coordinate. So yeah, let's go. So for the 12, it reads, as a user, I want to be able to delete items from my shopping list so that my list isn't cluttered with items I don't want to buy in the future. It can be users might adding an item by mistake, or they might decide that they want going to buy something in the future. So we need to allow them to delete items from the list. What's the acceptance criteria? So the last list item component renders a button that allows the user to delete an item from the list when clicked. Clicking the delete button prompts the user to confirm that they really want to delete to avoid deleting by mistake. And then the delete item function in Firebase JS has been completed and deletes an item from the Firestore database. Okay, some notes. When activating the delete button, should show a confirmation dialog because we want, as I will say, to give the users a chance to confirm destructive actions. It might be tempting to create your own modal dialog component to handle confirmation, but yeah, modals are already there are models with accessibility concerns, and there are a lot of them. So consider using a simple JavaScript confirm dialog because screen readers and things like that are going to be working better with how do we say, with native interfaces that would with components from other developers. So it's going to be easier for accessibility. Some questions here. Let me rephrase. Anyone has some questions?
I
Okay,
think
so yeah, go ahead. Okay, so this is for, I already did the assignment. This is for Henry and for Camila. So that's it. Let's move to number 13. Okay, so as a user, I want to view a list of my shopping list items in order of how soon I'm likely to need to buy each of them again. So that's clear what I need to buy soon. So sorting items by how soon the user might need to buy them will make it easier for the user to identify when he needs to buy soon. So which will in turn help them better plan their shopping lists. To that end, we will be sorting items in 4 possible groups according to how urgently the user should buy the item. The categories are need to buy soon, 7 days or fewer until the next purchase, need to buy kind of soon, between 7 and 30 days until the next purchase, or need to buy not soon, 30 days or more until the next purchase, and inactive means that, yeah, 60 days have passed since the last purchase. So to implement this feature, your team will need to create some new UI elements so the user knows how their items are short, and write some logic behind the scenes to perform the sorting itself. Let's read the acceptance criteria. This is also one of these the issues that has a lot of usually has a lot of questions. So don't be afraid to reach out to the rest of your team to comment on the approach or whatever doubt you have. Okay, let's see the acceptance criteria. So items in the list are shown with an indicator that tells the user that they should buy the item soon, kind of soon, not soon, or inactive. This is interesting. This urgency indicator does not rely on only color. It should be also text, like that. And then the Firestore PS exports a new compare purchase urgency function with the following behaviors. Sorts inactive items last, then sorts active items in ascending order of days until purchase, and sorts items with the same days until purchase alphabetically. Oh, this is new. And a stretch goal. This, if you don't have enough, you can go for more things. Okay, if you complete all the previous acceptance criteria, consider what happens when an item date next purchase has passed, but isn't yet active, or isn't yet active. Let's call them overdue, that you should have buy it, but you didn't. So if you want to implement this, the acceptance criteria is extend the functionality of the previous function, the compared to purchase of urgency, to short overdue items to the top of the list, are indicating the UI that when an item is overdue. So you will have another category more. Let's see the notes. Yep, oops. Okay, so there is a lot of to do in this issue. Remember, the dates in Firestore database are special timestamp objects. You will need to call the toDate method to get JavaScript date that we can work with. For indicating the purchase urgency in the UI, it's tempting to use color to indicate how soon the user should buy an item. Keep in mind that if you use only color, a colorblind user won't be able to tell the difference between indicators. And if you use icons, you have to teach users what those icons mean. So you need to take this into considerations. With these constraints, it's probably best to render plain text in order to show urgency. You can still make it prettier, use some color alongside the text. But yeah, it's best or better to use plain text. About sorting the list, this is going to be super fun. It's sorting, it's an advanced or complicated sorting because we are using multiple criteria. So some nodes, whether the item is active or inactive, then sort by the number of days until that next purchase, and alphabetically by name if they have the same number of days until purchase. This, when you have some items and then the list, you are going to see it more clear. So it's maybe hard to ask questions. Imagine the list and the functionality in your head. So whenever you start working on it, you are going to, maybe you will have more doubts. Yeah, finally, sorting by multiple criteria can be tricky. It's going to be tricky. Refer to the documentation of the sort function in the standard JavaScript documentation. Yeah, and refresh yourself on how to write compare functions. So you can write the compare purchase urgency function. This is going to be fun. So any questions so far?
No questions.
Who's working on this issue?
Yeah, this is Khadija and Eiji.
Okay, I see. I just cared. You said, "Oh my."
I think, let me check if I did it well. Yeah, Khadija and Eiji. Yeah. Okay, for this week we have what was your interviewers. That's going to be interesting too. Okay, we'll stop sharing.
Thank you, David. And that's it for this week. Thank you all. MG will be doing code review this week. So after the pair review your PRs, please do mention and assign the review to MG. Also, let's try to I'm sorry, my brain is lagging. Yeah, let's try to finish our PRs early in the week. If you need anything, please reach out to us as always. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and see you next week.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Have a nice week.
Bye.
Bye.